in The Life of Riley, with Marjorie Reynolds as Peg, Tom DeAndre as Gillis, Eugene Sanders as Babs, Wes Morgan as Junior, and Gloria Blondell as Honeybee. Produced by Tom McKnight and directed by Abby Berlin.
Where did we miss? Where did we go wrong?
We didn't go wrong, Ryle. This is the way to the bus stop.
No, I mean as parents, Peg and me. You know what happened? This morning, out of a clear sky, Junior walked up to me and said, "Pop, I want to get a hot rod."
Yeah?
Yeah. You mean there's nothing wrong with that?
Wrong with that?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean he should have said please?
Is that all you've got to say?
Well, Ryle, I ain't no expert on grammar, but I want to get a hot rod. Sounds to me like a good, simple, declarative sentence with hot rod being the object of the word get.
Yeah. You mean there's nothing wrong with a kid driving one of them things?
That's what's bothering you.
That's what's bothering me.
Oh, Ryle, there's nothing wrong with them hot rodders.
No?
No, those are good kids. I was reading a magazine article about them the other night, you know. They learn all about motors, they go on trips, they have their own drag races. It's good for them. It keeps a lot of them from becoming juvenile delinquents.
Keeps them from?
Yep.
I thought it drove them too.
Nope.
How do you like that? I've been trying to help Junior by using my head, and I've just been putting a big block in his path. Well, anyway, I'm glad Junior ain't going to be wasting his time in them hot rods. Peg and me want him to give some serious thought to choosing a career.
Hey, Ryle, speaking of Junior, ain't that him?
It is Junior. What's he doing in a neighborhood like this?
Well, you don't have to worry about him choosing a career. Looks like he chose one.
Oh, this is terrible.
Look, Ryle, why don't you look at the bright side of things? At least he's showing a healthy interest in something.
Gillis, what am I going to do about this?
Give him the advantages of a good education. Let him study with Willie Hoppy.
I'm going in there and get him.
Now, wait a minute, Ryle. You got to handle this with kid gloves. Maybe he's rebelling because you didn't give him the hot rod.
Gillis, you're right. I'm to blame for all this. This morning, that boy held his hand out to me and asked for a hot rod, and I failed him. Gillis, I'm not worthy of the office of father.
Gee, Pop, where did you find that cap? It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Too long, son. What do you say, pal? How about a fast game of catch, huh?
Now? Well, isn't it kind of dark out?
Well, yeah, but they play night baseball. We got a street lamp outside. How about it, huh?
Well, okay.
Good. Yeah, catch it, Junior. Attaboy, pal. Catch it, Junior! Whoa! Okay, pal, let's see what you got. Now, put it in there. Oh, come on, son. You can do better than that. Let's get a little stand behind it. Now, let's see a fastball.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry, Pop.
Ron, are you all right?
Oh, sure. The ball hit me in the head.
Baseball in the dark.
Well, we were just... my pal. Sit down, son. We are pals, aren't we?
Oh, sure, Pop.
Good. Because there's something I can say to you as a pal that I can't say as a father.
What's that?
If you don't quit hanging around those pool rooms, your father's going to cut off your allowance.
Pool room?
Oh, yeah. I saw you downtown today, so don't try to deny it. Now, come on. Tell your pal the truth. Didn't you go into that pool room because I wouldn't let you get a hot rod?
Well, yeah, that's why I went there. You see, when I couldn't get...
Well, you can forget all about it, Junior. You can have the hot rod.
I can't, Pop?
Sure.
Oh, that's great.
Gee, wait.
Oh.
What's the matter?
Well, thanks a lot, Pop, but it wouldn't do me any good now.
Why?
Well, today we lost our drag strip. We don't have a place to run our cars. Looks like the club's just going to break up.
Well, what do you mean you don't have a place to run your cars? What's the matter with the freeway?
We couldn't race there.
Well, why not? Everybody else does.
Oh, no, you're confusing hot rodders with California drivers. No, we have to have a good, safe place to run our cars, like an unused highway or some sort of straightaway.
Straightaway? Straightaway? You mean this? Hey, what's the matter with an airplane runway?
An airstrip? Oh,
sure.
Pop, that'd be perfect. But where would we get something like that?
Well, it just happens that I've got an old airstrip lying around.
You have?
Well, yeah, me and Cunningham Aircraft. It's out behind the old plant. It's just lying there gathering dust.
Oh, Pop, I know that airstrip. Oh, that'd be perfect. We have the classiest drag strip in the NHRA with time traps and... Oh, but are you sure Mr. Cunningham will let us use it?
Will he let you use it? Son, you've got it. No, sir, your club isn't going to break up. Cunningham never says no to Chester A. Riley. After all, aren't I his #1 man in engine assembly? Mr. Cunningham will be out at our plant tomorrow. Just tell him, that's all.
Gee, Pop, wait till I tell the fellas my father's got us an airstrip. Boy, you really are a pal.
Thanks, son. Sure, I've been with Cunningham for 15 years now, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for him, and there's nothing he wouldn't do for me. Anything I want around that plant, I can have. After all, I'm not asking for something ridiculous like a raise. Where'd he go? Junior. Oh, Junior. It's my boy.
We just haven't got room for that shipment at plant number 2. Our warehouses are full. Materials coming in a month ahead of time. Now, who fouled up with that order? Well, get me that man's name.
Mr. Riley's here to see you.
Send the fathead in here right away.
Yes, sir.
I'll get to the bottom of this. Where are we going to store all that stuff?
Good morning, Mr. Cunningham.
Hello, Riley. Good morning. Where are we going to put it all?
Mr. Cunningham, you've got a perfectly good airstrip out in back of plant #1 that's not being used.
Airstrip, Riley. Of course, you've got it.
I have, sir?
Why, yes, you come up with a wonderful idea, and I think it's great.
Well, I think you're great, too, Mr. Cunningham, because I don't know how you knew I had the idea.
Teamwork, Riley, that's what it is. Teamwork.
Yes, sir. And if you want to, you can hand out the loving cups to the winners.
Loving cups. Winners. You come up with a great idea, but I think it's taking something out of you. Hastings, will you give out with that order to unload that trainload of crates and store them on airstrip at plant #1?
You going to put a trainload of crates on that airstrip?
Why, of course. I'm proud of you, Riley. It was your idea. You've only been with this new plant a short time. Already you've come up with a...
Worry, Junior's a good kid. He'll understand.
Yeah, sure. You're right, Gillis. I don't have to be afraid to tell him. I'll just tell him I couldn't get him the airstrip. Junior's intelligent. He'll understand. He wouldn't blame his father because he couldn't get him a little airstrip.
No.
Little airstrip where Junior and his friends could take their cars, race them, and have fun, and keep the club together, and know that they owe it all to Junior's father because he's his pal and a guy who comes through for him and keeps his word, and you know, I can't tell him. I can't tell him.
And Junior's father got us an airstrip.
Yeah, and when I told Mr. Parks down at the National Hot Rod Association, he said they're going to make it into an official drag strip for the central Los Angeles area.
That's just what we needed.
That's swell.
Great.
Say, your old man's a terrific guy.
Now let's get the engine out of this bucket.
$32 V8. Where'd you find it? What'd you pay for it?
$15. I sold my clunker for $120. That leaves me $105 to put this wagon in shape.
$105. Boy, with that kind of loot, we can rebuild this engine and make it purr like a kitten.
You said it.
Where's Junior?
Oh, he's with the fellows. He'll probably be home in a half an hour.
Good. That gives us 30 minutes to eat and get away. Well, yeah. We've been hanging around the house all the time lately. It's time we got out. I think we've been seeing too much of Junior.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, Junior's got something to show you. The excitement we've had around here today. Junior's got his car.
I suppose it's something he'll really want to show off on a drag strip. One of those shiny, chromium-plated jobs with white wall tires and hood off the motor.
Well, it's...
Oh, hi, Pop.
Oh, Junior. Son, there's something I want to tell you.
And I have something to tell you. In fact, I want to show it to you. Come on out to the garage. You'll see what a sharp trader your son is.
That's where I'll break it to him. The garage. Somewhere off the beaten path, where we can be alone. Junior! Son, this may come as a shock to you, but sometimes a father can do things that aren't very smart.
There she is.
Yeah, but where's your car?
Well, this is it. Isn't she a beauty?
You mean you traded your car for this one?
Yeah. Pretty smart deal, huh?
What can you expect? Like father, like son.
You must be wrong, Ralph. I'll tell you, Junior just ain't that stupid.
Well, I'm not blaming Junior completely. You know, there are a lot of guys in this world that are just waiting to take a kid like Junior for a ride. The only trouble is he ain't going to get it in this car. Well, what do you think?
This is the car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at the wheels. Junior traded his car for that?
That's right.
Don't feel too bad about it, Ryle. You can profit by the experience.
How?
Well, yesterday you told me you were trying to pick out a career for Junior, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. Now we know he ain't got no head for business.
Well, ain't all Junior's fault. I blame that junk dealer, that Barney. I'm going to make him take this car back tomorrow. He ain't going to take advantage of my Junior. I'll make him give Junior his money back.
Ryle. Junior ain't the stoop. We're the stoops. This is a hot rod.
So?
Well, with a hot rod, it ain't what you see that counts. It's what's under the hood.
Yeah, that's right. With the double exhausts and the chromium-plated manifolds and the twin carburetors, I think.
Yeah.
Got no engine.
Should I start her now?
Fire her up.
Boy, she really sounds great.
Oh, wow. Purrs like a kitten.
Man, I'm going to have this thing in shape for the opening of the drag strip.
Say, Mr. Park says the Hot Rod Association is putting out all kinds of publicity for it. Newspapers and stuff.
Come on. We're not finished yet. Let's go down to the paint store and really get this rod looking good.
I think I'll paint it jet black. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Swell.
There it is.
Yeah, I know more merchandise. But let me tell you, buddy, you're making a big mistake. That model happens to be a collector's item.
Well, go ahead and collect it. You're never going to get that thing out of there that way. You're going to have to haul it away. Could the motor be in the middle?
do you like that?
We were only gone for a couple of minutes.
Somebody must have been watching.
What's the matter, fellas?
We gotta call the cops, Mr. Riley. The 32 V8's been stolen.
With a practically brand new motor.
Oh, beautiful car. We shouldn't have left the key in the ignition.
Now, fellas, keep calm. Don't get excited. The police will find it. I'll report it. Police department, please. You fellas shouldn't leave your cars laying around with the keys in them. Hello, police department. I want to report a stolen car. Yeah. What's the license number? Who owns it?
Me, Pa.
Chester A. Wright. I'll call you back.
What'd you do that for?
You mean it was that pile of junk in the garage?
Junk? With all the new parts and pulling out the motor and rebuilding it? Pop, that car's worth over $300 now.
New parts, rebuilding, pulling out. Don't do a thing till I get back, fellas.
But, Pop, don't we want to get the dirty sneak who's responsible for this and prosecute him?
Junior, you shouldn't talk like that about that dirty sneak, whoever he is.
Why not?
Well, he may have a son just like you.
Where you been? The kids are in the house waiting for you.
They're waiting for this.
Yeah, they told me. Hey, what a couple of chumps we were. Huh? Ain't it amazing the way they fixed this car up?
Yes.
And he only paid $15 for it.
Well, maybe he only paid 15, but I paid 400.
Oh, now, come on, Ryle. Let's not overdo it.
Oh, don't tell me. I ought to know. I paid for it. Cost me my Christmas fund, my vacation fund, and I had to borrow the rest.
Do you mean to tell me that Barney soaked you $400 for that?
No, not Barney. I bought it from the guy who bought it from the guy who bought it from the guy who bought it from Donald.
Donald? Who's Donald?
That's Barney's 15-year-old nephew. And boy, has he got a head for business. Well, anyway, I got Junior's car back. Now I got to go and tell him he can't have the airstrip.
You mean you haven't told him that yet?
Look, Gillis, I'm only human. I can only handle one revolting development at a time. Gee, you ought to see the way that car runs. Better than mine. The work these kids put in. They deserve something better than this. Gillis, I can't do it. I can't go in and tell Junior he can't have it. I'm going to go to Cunningham and tell him he's got to give it up. After all, what kind of a world is this where a kid can't have his own airstrip?
It's a cruel world.
Yeah.
You're going to ask Mr. Cunningham for the airstrip so the kids can race their cars, Ryle?
That's right.
Boy, it's things like this that make me realize what a wonderful age we're living in. Here you haven't even asked Mr. Cunningham for the airstrip, and already the newspapers are full of it.
What?
Yeah. Says right here, Mr. Chester A. Riley of the Cunningham Aircraft Corporation has generously donated the unused Cunningham airstrip to the youth of Los Angeles.
You say that. My airstrip?
Riley, I think you're wonderful.
I think he's fired.
I better go up and explain this to Mr. Cunningham right away.
You go up there and he'll have some accounting to do.
Maybe you can wear a mask and you...
Hey, wait a minute, Ryle. I think he's got the germ of an idea.
Huh?
Step over here. Come on.
What's the idea?
A disguise. Now then, where can we get a beard?
Mr. Cunningham wants to see Mr. Riley at once.
Who?
Mr. Riley.
Never heard of him.
Hey, Ryle, we gotta get moving. Cunningham has got the dragnet out for you. We gotta think of something fast.
No, we don't. I'm through hiding like this. I'm going in there and face Cunningham. I'm going to tell him I did this for my son, and I'm glad I did it. Those kids are going to get that airstrip. And I just hope he fires me, because then I'll have him right where I want him.
You will?
Yes, sir, because after that, no matter what I say, he can't fire me. Pop, Junior, what are you doing here? Mr. Cunningham, I'm the one who's responsible for this. Tell that officer these boys are innocent.
I'm fully aware of who's responsible for this, Riley. And I've seen to it that you receive your just reward. Here.
I know it. My pink slip.
Pink slip. $100 bonus.
Well, bonus?
Riley, I don't believe that you've met Wally Parks, the president of the National Hot Rod Association, and Officer Brown of the Traffic Education Section of the Police Department.
How do you do?
And now that Mr. Riley is here, I want to formally present you with this authorization. And as soon as we are able to remove those crates which have been temporarily stored on the runway, we'll redesignate the Cunningham Airstrip as the Los Angeles Drag Strip. However, I'd like you all to know that is due directly to the initiative of this valued employee, Mr. Riley. However, Riley, in the future, if you should decide to give away something else around here, like one of our $4 million airships, I do wish you'd mention my name, too. Now, have you anything that you'd like to say?
Mr. Cunningham, friends, honored guests, it's a far, far better thing that Mr. Cunningham is doing than I have ever done. It's a great thing getting behind hot rodders to stop kids from becoming juvenile delinquents. Because, as we all know, the kid who builds himself a car with a fast getaway is never going to be caught by the cops. I mean, well, you know what I mean.